for the longest time. I couldn't go out. It was like 30.1, 30.2, and it was like so slow to even hit like 31. Like it was crazy. And it was always TikTok is the highest, and then Instagram, and then YouTube.
Right, TikTok is.
All of a sudden it switched, and I think it's because I started doing YouTube Shorts.
The shorts.
And I would cross post my videos from TikTok onto YouTube.
Yeah.
And I had one hit 1 million views.
What's up, everyone? We are back for season 2 with the Edible Talk. As you can see, we have a beautiful guest, Lindsay Ivan. But before introducing her, we're more important. I'm joking.
Of course.
But as you guys know, we're back after season 1 was a disaster. Not a disaster. It really helped us build.
But he's shitting on us.
But at the same time, we're back as DJ Dave K. David. This is
Foodie on the Loose, Ori.
And we have our beautiful guest,
Lindsay Ivan. Woo!
Who is an actor. She's a fashionista, a content creator, and a cow lover from the set.
Yes. Oh my God.
So, Ori, would you like to ask her the first question?
So we've been dying to know.
Oh no.
Why do you like cows so much?
That's really the first question?
Yeah.
Yep.
They're so cute. They're like big dogs. Have you never seen a cow like in person? Like the dairy cows, like black and white cows?
Like, yes, but it's
They're
okay.
They literally act like puppies.
Do you like pet them?
Yes, you can pet them.
No, but do you pet them?
I have pet them.
Do you go to like petting cow zoos?
I've gone
Sorry.
to a farm petting cows.
Doing a
So
farm?
technically, you're not supposed to pet them. But
Right.
I went to a fair once, and this cow literally came towards me.
Okay.
Like, it was chilling in the back. People are like boring. They're like cows. It was chilling in the back of the.
There's going to be
the
some
pen.
sort of content up here for petting a cow.
I have the video.
Yes, send it away.
Put
We
it
watched
up
the
there.
video. Believe me, I watched
Yeah.
it.
Oh my God.
Through the gate, you were like...
Not that one.
that's
To the
recent.
farm. That was a recent one.
Oh,
Anyways,
no.
there was one time when I first met a cow. I was like bawling my eyes out.
Okay.
It was in the back of like a pen,
Okay.
and people were coming up to it, and it was just like chilling. I come up to it, the thing pops up, like what is it? Like crawls over, whatever, walks over, and sticks its head out and starts like.
Is it gonna make a sound?
Well, no, it
Like,
didn't.
does it like
do
make a little moo sound? I was waiting for that. I was waiting for
You
you
just
to say
wanted
yes.
to moo on camera.
Yes.
To just start with that.
Yes.
Lindsay Ivan, moo.
Moo.
Anyways, I love cows. Plus, when I was younger, I always used to call them like little moo-moos.
Little movements.
I'm sure we'll touch on it later
and,
on.
we, you know, it does reflect on your recent Halloween, merch. But
Yes.
it's super cute. I like
Thank
it. But
you.
that'll be we'll continue into that. But
Excited.
I mean,
So bad. So bad. Alrighty.
I don't know if season 2 is any better than season 1.
No,
but-
season 2 is gonna be the best. I'm telling you. This is the first like 5 minutes of season 1. Two. I'm ready. Like this
Oh
is
my
great.
but yeah, I mean, also we totally forgot. We do have someone quite nice, Chris Soda, and we got a few samples of their product.
I'm
it's a
excited.
Toronto-made
Great.
product, and we're excited to try it live on camera, give you guys our reactions,
It's gonna be
and
great.
try it out because it's supposed to be a more healthier version of soda,
Yeah.
even though Lindsay may or may not have iced tea in her cup.
I do. It's not sponsored by McDonald's, but it should be McDonald's. But I'm interested to try this rhubarb vanilla.
Woo!
Okay,
Sounds.
we know which one she wants to try.
I mean, like raspberry or pear ginger, like rhubarb vanilla. I
Mm.
don't think I've ever tried anything like that.
I mean,
so.
yeah, I like
We're gonna
rhubarb
try
pie.
them all.
You like
I
rhubarb
love
pie.
rhubarb
Let's
pie.
do it.
Really good. So, I mean, there was another question that we were deciding to go with the first question to ask you. And can you tell us more about Mirandi Belleville.
The video?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, like what happened?
Wait.
I can't believe she remembers it.
Like,
Of course she does.
You mean like one of my first
Your
YouTube,
first video.
Yeah, your first video.
Which, first of all, I had to like, I literally had to private. So I'm a YouTuber. They didn't say that. I do
YouTuber.
I do YouTube content. Well, I'm a content creator, yeah. So I do YouTube. And I started when I was very young. I want to say I was like 16. And there's a store called Brandy Melville that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You sure it's brand?
And lots of girls like to shop there, and it's one size fits all. Literally, that's
Is
the
it?
thing.
I didn't know that.
Now they say
You know?
one size
No, I
fits
learned.
most. It's very controversial.
One size fits most?
Most. It's
Everything
exactly
has
the same
changed
now.
that. Most places have changed that because it says one size
I
fits.
know.
And I have
kidding me.
size 15 feet, so whenever
No.
they get those socks, I said, it doesn't fit me.
I know.
And I was like, excuse
But
me?
like everything, like pants, I can't fit into their pants because it's so tiny.
Is it meant for like 15-year-old peoples? Like what is this?
I don't know. Their target market is like, it's a whole thing, but it's like skinny models basically.
Okay.
And so I did a parody video. Was it the back to school one, or what was it? Was it a?
Yeah, you
or
were like what was it? I feel like it was
I feel like it was
something.
like a.
Yeah,
I
Because I
recall.
used to watch all these YouTubers, and they would do what to get for back to school.
Right.
And so I did a parody of it because I just love comedy, and I did Randy Belleville, and I just kept pulling out like black shirts. And I was like, I got this black shirt
So
and
good.
this top, and it were like gray shirts, and it was just like constantly. And I did have those in my wardrobe. They were mine. That was my favorite.
Do you still have it to this day?
No.
Have they reached out to you since that one?
Have what?
Have you worked with them? Have you worked with them ever?
I mean, they're controversial. I'd work with any store.
Free clothing is free
No, it's
clothing.
fair. No, I'm asking. Like, you more like because you're in the YouTube niche and you have a lot of followers. You think do brands like those ever reach out to you?
So I personally have not had any like people reach out for YouTube sponsorships. I feel like it's harder,
Interesting.
especially for my category. It's not like I'm not doing fashion, beauty, makeup,
Right.
or else they could send me stuff if I was doing
Of
that.
course.
But since I'm reaction, and then I do like I have a new thing that I do. It's Freaky Friday, so that's
Right.
scary content. Who's gonna sponsor me? I did reach out to
Halloween?
like movie. Yeah, I
whatever
reached out to
the-
like Paramount and like
yeah,
those
exactly.
people.
Yeah.
Like Blumhouse, whatever.
Yeah.
I reached out to them, but like it's so hard.
Okay. I'll get you connected because I get invited to like the horror nights, like the midnight.
I'm not
horror
coming.
nights.
I'm not coming with you. I don't like.
So-
I
I
love
don't like horror. I don't like
So yeah,
horror.
no, I do apologize. She, the stats that I currently have with TikTok, she has 300,000 followers. We got Instagram with 40,000 followers. I think she just hit 42.5. And YouTube. Oh no, sorry, I think it's on YouTube.
On
You just hit
YouTube.
40.
On YouTube.
Oh, that's crazy. You're on the. You're like
know.
matching right now.
I was gonna say
Okay.
because I was stuck at like 30K
Right.
for the longest time. I couldn't go out. It was like 30.1, 30.2, and it was like so slow to even hit like 31. Like
Right.
it was crazy. And it was always TikTok was the highest, and then Instagram, and then YouTube.
Right. TikTok
and
is
all of a sudden it switched, and I think it's because I started doing YouTube Shorts,
the short.
and I would cross post my videos from TikTok onto
I'm not doing
YouTube.
it. Yeah.
And
The best.
I had one hit 1 million views.
Oh,
It's
wow.
probably past
Right.
that. And then after that, I just started getting
It was
more
the
subscribers.
deer one, right?
It was the-
Not the
it
cow.
was
Not the
the,
cow one, right?
It was like a skinwalker.
Yeah,
thing.
the deer one, right?
Yeah.
The one that's stretching.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And it's crazy because he just hit 1,000 followers on YouTube because of shorts.
Wow, I'm
Crazy
telling
enough.
you, the Shorts
Yeah.
program, it's
Shorts.
It's-
Only
Only
have 960,000. 900 was it 9.6 million views to get like a monetize.
Yeah, exactly.
So the thing is with YouTube, it's hard to get monetized, but
Yeah.
that's one platform that you could really make money. Like
For sure.
for me, I don't make that much, which people
Yet.
which people just look at the number and they assume that you should be making like tons. Like even if you have like 1 million on TikTok, there's no creator fund in Canada, so you're not really making money unless.
Oh,
it's
right now it
brand
hasn't
deals.
been. I thought it was February 28th or February initially.
Even if there is, actually no, I think there is, but it's not like per view.
Yeah, so it's every 1 million, it's $900, and you get 40%, and you're supposed to get 400 for every million, or is it 10 million?
We can look it up. I'm sure it's all
Something
Googleable.
like that. So I'm excited. But a friend of mine in the UK, he just got paid £400 for 3.32 million views. And I said, excuse me? And he's like, yeah, this is shit.
I'm telling
I
you.
I was like, okay.
Literally.
So that kind of sucked. But yes, if you'd like to.
Yeah, I got another question for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, when did you know you wanted to do acting? Because I feel like you started in your acting career, and then you kind of like were like, sick, I can do this, and I can transfer. I can like, they're transferable skills, and you can do YouTube, TikTok, all that social media stuff. And so, and when did you pivot kind of the content creation and both?
Yeah, okay, that's a good question. So, we're taking it back to high school.
Okay.
So first of all, I was always like, I always took drama, and I would always put on like skits. I had my video camera. I would film like everything. I always knew I wanted to be in front of the camera. Grade 12 comes, and I'm like suffering from massive anxiety, and I don't know what I want to do. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go into acting, or, you know, I didn't know. So I took another year. Everyone thought I failed. I'm like, no, I have all my credits. I got everything. I took another year, and I did a co-op placement. So like basically like volunteering at Young People's Theater downtown. So it's an acting theater.
Cool.
And so I was there, and I was surrounded constantly by productions and just seeing it. I was like, I want to pursue acting. It was either going to be acting or I liked criminology and forensic psychology. So totally different.
Horror.
Yeah. I would love to play a detective on TV.
It's good at manifest and make it happen. You never know.
Right now. Yeah, so I knew that I wanted to do acting, and then I started applying to all these programs. I got into George Brown College. It was a 2-year acting for media program, and then graduated, got an agent, and just like acting like crazy. And one of the reasons why I quit my full-time job was to pursue acting, and it's pretty consistent. So if I feel like if I didn't quit my full-time job, then I.
And is that the one from about a year and a half ago?
Yes.
2 years ago. Okay.
Then I feel like I still, like, I didn't have as much time to like put effort into like auditions or to even leave to go to auditions too. So.
Okay. Are you part of a union?
No, I'm not part of. We have ACTRA. I did. So you need 3 credits to join ACTRA, which means like you have to be in 3 union productions.
Right.
The first one that I was in, I did a Nike soccer commercial.
Oh.
And I had 1 credit with them, but I didn't accept it because I was fresh out of college, and my agent was like, "You need experience non-union," and I was like, "Totally fair. Build the resume."
Non-union.
Yeah. So I'm non-union. And then a couple of months later, I booked a gig on the Netflix show Grand Army, and I did sign language. That was like my role. It's because I actually learned sign language, and so they hired me. And
sorry, is that you actually know sign language?
I actually know sign language.
ASL?
Yeah.
Like American Sign Language?
Yeah, I learned
That's
it.
incredible.
I learned it in college. There was a deaf girl in my program, and I wanted to communicate with her, like without the interpreters. So a bunch of us started learning, and then I continued on doing classes. Anyways, so
that's really cool.
Because of that skill, they hired me. I was in 2 episodes, and that was 2 more credits.
Right.
But again, I didn't accept them because literally fresh out of college, barely anything on my resume.
Really?
So I'm still non-union, but like I'm so happy. And non-union, you can audition for non-union stuff and union stuff.
Right?
Cool.
So
yeah, I just remember that episode. The girl's like, "Hey, can you like review this?" And you're just like, you're doing it, and then like she's like, "Can you stop? Do you know how to do this?" And she's like doing it terribly, and you're like just in it, and you're just like focused. And
that was
damn.
fun because they had me. There was it was like a dress up day for one of the took place in high school, so it was like
a dance or something. What was it?
No, it was like an 80s day, like
that's what something.
So like every day it was a different theme, and for that episode it was like 80s themed, and they had me like literally like Cyndi Lauper, like they teased my hair. It was like crimped. It had highlights in it. I had like bright eyeshadow. Like took forever to get that out of my hair, but that was such
took advantage of you.
Do you find that you've learned a lot being on set, and those skills, like, I mean, whether it's Netflix or other productions that you've been on, do you think that you've learned skills that you can actually like say to people, like what those skills are, and that's helped you in your content creation and your TikTok and all that other stuff?
It does for sure. Like every set is different. There's always a different atmosphere. Like Netflix, it's super like strict and professional. Like I had my own trailer. Like
that's really cool. That's really cool.
But like when it's like a lower budget commercial, it's just everyone's in the room together, and it's more like a I guess you're talking with the director one-on-one. you're talking to the sound guy and like having a conversation. You're in the same room eating lunch. It's just a different experience. And yeah, for sure, like through acting and being on set, like I gained so much confidence, and like that transfers to being on camera and like doing TikTok and just like being myself.
I think it's pretty. I mean, not to go again, but like I find that like being on camera, it takes some sort of like you have to get into the mood. You have to get into the mood. It doesn't take. Not everyone can do it. And like, do you get nervous, even if it's like Netflix or say it's Amazon or some of the big brands? Do you ever go, oh my god, this is like a big production? Whether it's 500,000 views or 10 million views, do you ever get like, oh my god, cold feet kind of?
So when I first started, I would be so nervous the night before every audition. Like that's when we were going into audition. Now it's mainly like you film it at home and you send it in.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I would be so nervous. I'd go into the room and just like, I don't even know what I do. I feel like I blacked out, and then I would leave the room and be like, what did I do in there? Now I do get nervous once I'm in there. I can see people's faces and I'm talking to them one-on-one. I'm like, this is just a normal conversation.
Yeah.
And I feel like I just learned like a lot of like improv. It's just you just take in, like, that's why if you were interviewing me like several years ago, I would have been like, can I have the questions beforehand? I need to prepare my answers.
I was thinking about it. I was like, should I send it to you beforehand?
Now
I'm like, because when I asked you originally, I was like, hey, is there, you know, and you're like, no,
I just want to wing it. I love improv.
Yeah, so improv is great. So like for me, I did acting, I did plays, musicals, I did everything, and I wanted to go into acting, but like I was like, do I focus on a business career or do I focus on acting? And I tried to do a few different like gigs and commercials. It's just so much work, and you have to really dedicate, and it's like a whole full-time job pretty much. But I guess the one thing I wanted to say is, being an actor and content creation, do you prefer one or the other?
I do. Oh, okay. And I've told my fans this too, because first of all, it's crazy that I have a fan base. Like, blows my mind. Little Lindsay is so proud. But I did like a Q&A, and it still surprises people that I say I'm an actor first. Like, that was something that I always wanted to do, and content creation kind of just like came with it. I'm growing my brand as an actor. That's why, like, on my Instagram, I don't post the like spooky TikToks that I do on TikTok. Like, I don't cross post it because I want it to be more like me and, I don't know, like acting related.
That's what I feel as well. Like, I feel like when you become an actor, you're kind of part of a corporation, not in a bad way. It's like there's more structure, and when you're by yourself, you're freelance. You're doing whatever you think is good for yourself. And when you have someone above you, a director or somebody else, which is good to have, you have to follow the script, the narrative. And when you're doing it by yourself, like, I feel like you do a lot for what you want, and a lot of content's your own content, not forced, but like content that someone else wants you to be in.
That's
I think it's important that you're kind of doing both, because you learn so many things from being on set, but you also provide so much value because you're authentic on your. You're both authentic, but you're more authentic with your YouTube and your TikTok, because you're like showing who's the real Lindsay. Little Lindsay is now the big Lindsay, but she's become like really into it.
So it's funny because I auditioned for something and I was playing the role of a nurse, and I had the director reach out to me and be like, we love you, we want to book you, we found your YouTube channel. And I literally was like,
that's so cool.
No. I was like, oh shit. And he's just like, so some of our colleagues are concerned you're playing a professional nurse, but like on your YouTube channel, like it's just like a quirky mess. Like, I swear I review like, you know, it's like, it's comedy. It's comedy.
Right.
You know, I don't have a filter on there. And he's like, oh, I understand. It's a persona. Like, we'll get back to you. I did end up doing the role. So he's like, I don't think people would see it and put two and two together. I said, I don't have a huge Canadian like fan base. It'd be mainly like in America. I'm like, the odds of them seeing it are like nothing. Right. But like, my fans are surprised that I do act. They think that it's mainly YouTube, because I was in an episode that just got released. I filmed it in the summer. It's called S02E01, and it's like a crime show. Yeah. I was in an episode, and I keep getting DMs being like, was this you in the episode? I'm like, yes, it's me. And then there was another video, like a short film that I did, and it went viral on Facebook.
Right.
All the comments were, "This is the chick from YouTube. This is the chick from YouTube."
Wow.
And it's like amazing that they recognized me, but also it's like you have to realize that I'm an actor. Because people were kind of like, "What's she doing here? I'm used to hearing her tell scary stories."
So this is the funny thing, right? Like we know you as a content creator because we're content creators, and it's really interesting, like how it like divulged in like you were originally an actor, and I love that you clarified that. But the thing that propelled you into becoming more of a content creator is a company called Most Amazing 10 that you started making videos that have some correlation to your current content on YouTube, and kind of how you kind of went into your horror kind of little shorts, right, and TikTok as well. So I guess, so how did it all happen? How did you get involved with Most Amazing Top 10?
It's crazy. So there's a casting site called Mandy.com, and I use it to like apply for everything. And I saw a casting call to be a host, and I didn't realize that it was for YouTube. And they just said like one of the biggest YouTube channels in Canada. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Pass me along.
No, seriously, and I tell people this, I almost didn't go to the audition. I was so nervous. I had to have a phone conversation with one of the producers, and I was so nervous. I had to reschedule it, and I was like, you know what, let's just do it. Had the phone call. They told me to write a short script to come in, and I did it. And they're like, you know what, you're amazing, come in for like a trial run. So I worked 2 days, and at the end of the second day they said, "You're hired, we love you." Nice. And I still didn't understand like how big this organization was. They had, like, when I joined, I think the fan base was like 5 million subscribers on YouTube, and now they have 7 million. Wow. So like literally the first video that was posted of me, instantly I went from like 500 followers on Instagram to over 1,000. Like it was that fast. The first video. Right. And I always say like I'm so blessed to have that experience and to like be there.
But you went from 500 to 1,000, and you went from 500 to 23,000 at one point.
Well,
right?
So what we have is she went to 8,000 within her first year. So you started on January 28th, all the way to January 2021. She went to 8,000 followers. And now, after a year after that, you went up to about 23,000, 24,000 followers. It was so within 2 years, it was good to propelling into the thing. So it was, true. And then what was it? So so there.
I find like a lot of times, like you hear people getting a job, and it's like who does daddy and mommy know, right? Right. But I feel like this propelled you, 100%. But then you showed yourself afterwards. This was just like, this girl's got talent. Let's get her those followers. But now she like went from 23 to 42 on one platform. And you stacked it to then you stacked it to TikTok and Instagram, and you have other platforms too that we want to get into as well, which is awesome. Like it's like we're like honestly like you're like a god in our mind, because you're really like. You have clout.
I don't know what he's talking about. I treat you as a normal person.
No, like you're a normal person, but you have a lot of like social media clout, and
of course,
and like you're just like honestly, like I would walk. No offense, I'd walk right past you if I was walking down the street, because I would never know.
I've never been recognized.
So. And I think it's awesome because you're so humble and so chill. Yeah. And I think that's like what we as content creators, you want to be like that. You don't want to be like, oh, look at my numbers, look at my 500,000 followers. You know.
I find it so awkward when I'm on set and somebody's just like, oh, you have Instagram, I'll follow you, and I'm like, yeah, sure. And first thing anyone does when they follow me, they go, how do you have so many followers on Instagram? Yeah, it's true. And I'm like, I just do content creation.
This just happened to me yesterday. I was at the Samsung store. One person who works for those like marketing, like promoting like the Samsung product. He's like, oh yeah, you know, like whatever. And I'm like, oh no, like I'm here to potentially make content and whatever. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like this. And I start talking to him, and he's like, yeah. He takes my phone, enters himself in. I was like, okay. So I was like,
he hitting on you?
What?
Was he hitting on you?
So he wanted to get into content creation.
Oh, gotcha.
And then he's like, how the hell do you have this many followers? I'm like, you make content. Like you start making content over time, you start growing and you thing but also like depending what you do, you also have to like there's up and downs in every, because like you started off at top 10, then you started making your own YouTube videos, and you started doing horror, and then you're doing like, so you have to like constantly adjust in the market, and most people don't know that, and they just want to focus on one route, and they're like, I got to do this and it's like it might be a downturn. Like for me, it was gaming. I was high in gaming. I was so happy. I was blowing up, but then it got to a point that like Fortnite Mobile got banned, and I lost but people still follow me today, and they're like, oh, when's Fortnite Mobile coming? And I'm like, never.
Do you find that the pandemic was good for your success? Or was it, you already had it, this kind of...
So when the pandemic hit, we were working for a bit in the studio. We were like separated, masked. And then with the lockdown, we were sent at home, like sent to work from home. And thankfully, I know so many people lost their jobs, but with us, we made it work because like people were filming from their phones. I made a makeshift teleprompter with my dad's iPad.
Wow.
I had my own camera that I got for Christmas because I was like, I want to take YouTube seriously, because all the comments were like, do you have a personal channel? I would love to follow you.
That's so cool.
And so I took YouTube seriously, but it was the fact that like, thankfully we could do this from home, because you have your backdrop and you're telling a story, and we had editors who could edit at home and like add in all the graphics. I don't know if it would have made a difference being in the studio or working from home, because you're still producing the content. We did see views drop because obviously the quality isn't the same. Like we don't have a green screen, we don't have a professional mic.
Oh, there was no. I thought you guys got green screens and all that.
No,
so there was
at our home, no.
Oh, but an easy. That's like $100, $200 just to like ship to each person.
There's lots of hosts. That's the
thing.
Oh,
is there? I thought there was like 4 or 5 or something.
No, because that YouTube channel. So there was Most Amazing Top 10, and then I would also do Top 5 Scary, which they own too. So they have like a bunch of like sister channels as well, and I would rotate to be on the different channels. And so like we had a bunch of hosts. And it was amazing working with all of them. But like to send a green screen, and green screens are also so finicky. If
perfect lighting and everything. As you can see, this beautiful setup here.
I was gonna say not everyone has perfect lighting too.
Right.
So like mine was pretty.
And it was funny because we noticed one of the hosts was DURENA.
So now shout out to him.
I know, right?
He's gonna come on the pod.
Killing it.
Hopefully.
I don't even know.
You're setting it up, please.
Millions of followers.
6 million something on TikTok, whatever.
And he's
so
doing
it's
tours.
crazy because when I ran into him at the corner of Queen and John at the comedy show, the guy was like, if I was like a sniper shooter and I was like on top of a building and like it was like very like dark and his jokes, but it was very interesting to see. And then I saw him and I was like, and I remember the guy's like, he's just starting. He's like, oh man, like I lost my job and whatever. But then went to a point, started doing his own thing.
He literally would just pump out reactions, like so many videos per day, and then it took off. Because
it's true.
It's crazy.
I tell people to do that.
It's so true.
Like it's funny to think that like I worked with him and people are now his fan.
Right.
And I'm like, this is Che. Like I'm like, he's like a brother to me.
So funny. We watched a video. This is the most recent video, and it was literally he didn't even comment.
This is all he did.
And he got 500,000 views in like an hour. I remember
like that's what he's known for. Just people love him, and he's
the hair and everything.
So it's interesting. Like it's amazing. And the funny thing is, from there you also went with him to Playlist in 2020, right before the pandemic. So like
that was literally right.
For those who don't know what Playlist is, what is Playlist?
So I mean, I'll give it to her. But what the question from the Playlist is, who did you meet? How did that also help you?
That's
the connections that you got from it. So tell us what Playlist is, and then tell us about the experience.
So first of all, when I went to Playlist, I was a new hire. I think I was there.
You were 2 weeks.
So I think it was like within 2 weeks. Someone had to drop out.
Oh my God, you got in last minute?
So I get a call and I thought I was in trouble. And he's like, do you have a valid passport? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, we're flying out the Most Amazing Team to Playlist Live. And I didn't even know what that was. I was like Googling it. Playlist Live is a huge YouTube and like now TikTok convention, and fans can meet and interact with you. And there's just like a bunch of fun events. And so I was like, okay, let's go. It was my first time on, I'm a nervous flyer. as we have. And it was my first time on a plane without like my family.
Right.
And so it was the most amazing team, plus like some people from the other channel.
Right.
And we all flew out there, and it was an amazing time. It was just so cool because I used to watch, I'll say who I met, but I used to watch them on YouTube, and then I was like, I felt like we were now like equal. Like I would always be like, oh my God, like she's a YouTuber, I can never do that. And it was just like, well, I'm a YouTuber too. Look at me. So one of the first person that we saw, I think, was TANA MONGEAU. Wow. I love her personality. She's so funny. And
this is after Jake Paul, right?
We didn't meet Jake Paul.
No, but I meant after her whole thing with Jake Paul.
Before Jake Paul. They didn't do the whole like marriage thing yet. I'm pretty sure.
It was 2020. It was
but we were
pre-pandemic.
Like beginning. I don't know.
No. You were February 2020, so this was it was after for sure.
Maybe it was.
This was most likely pre Ethan Klein.
I don't pay attention. I don't pay attention.
Okay.
So one of the people that we saw like walking by and that I talked to is James Charles.
So that's
really
massive.
Which was crazy. And I got a photo with him. Gorgeous skin, by the way. Was wearing no makeup and like flawless. But
he was so young in that photo.
But I will say, I tried to talk to him, and I was like, oh my God, I complimented him. I love your skin. He's like, thanks. And turned around, and there was no one that he was talking to. So he turned around, and there was no one there. So I'm like, you know what? He doesn't want to talk to me. It's fine. I met.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah.
She's bigger than. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm not. But like, everyone was like around him taking photos with him.
I believe it.
Because like we're YouTubers, but also like there is hierarchy. Like TANA MONGEAU had her own like section.
Right.
And then BRITTANY BROSKI. Kombucha girl, you know, when she takes a sip of the kombucha and she's like, so funny.
Oh, that one? I know that one, yeah.
I was having a good conversation with her. We were laughing. She's like, do you want a drink? I'm like, I'm totally okay.
Did she offer you kombucha?
I brought it up, and she's just so tired about kombucha. I'm like, I understand. Because like it's her thing, so everyone's constantly asking her like to do the kombucha thing. So when I did it, she's like, "Bro, I don't do that anymore."
That's so funny.
So that's kind of I kind of think that we can tie this
into
trying Chris Soda, our sponsor. You know, they're our food sponsor. They sent it to us
one as well.
Supporting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're both gonna
love what's good. Real fruit juice, bubbles.
Or do you want to try this one?
Lower sugar.
I was looking at the raspberry too.
Cold fermented. Oh, that's what.
Sorry,
Whatever. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
We'll
try.
No one wants the pear ginger.
I'll try the pear ginger.
We're gonna swap it up. Okay.
Yeah, we all try a different one.
Right here, you can try this one.
A raspberry.
And he'll try that.
Okay.
I'll try the lime.
It's not lime. It's pear ginger.
It feels like a lime.
I know. I thought it was too.
Someone said lime.
Wait. Pause. We gotta do 1, 3, 2, 1, and I'll pop it
on your mics.
Oh,
one by one.
ASMR.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait.
You go.
Okay. So it's a Toronto brand.
Oh yeah.
It has a very unique smell. I know it has like some mushroom. Oh my God! Please drink it before it starts.
Why is it foaming?
I do not know. But I know it has lightly carbonated, cold pressed pear juice, organic apple, cider vinegar, organic. Yeah, it's organic cane sugar, ginger, and then also natural mushroom extract.
Oh.
So I know.
Listen to your
It's not going to get you high. It's not going to get you drunk.
Yeah, but it's a Canadian brand that wanted to focus more on like beverages that has too much sugar, too many unhealthy.
It's nice.
And pretty much every ingredient in it is a very more natural feel. So
but
it's really cheers.
Cheers. Salud.
I definitely smell the apple cider vinegar.
Yeah. So it's like a bunch of like natural things, and the question is, do you like it?
Okay, let's see.
Chris Soda.
Interesting.
It's an interesting twist.
I don't taste the vanilla.
You don't taste it. I taste the ginger and I taste the apple and pear, I guess.
Can I open this one?
Yeah, please, go for it. You want to try it?
Okay.
You can try it if you want.
I'm just gonna.
You have it. You have it. Yeah.
I think raspberry will probably be my favorite.
It's a very like.
I like it. Like.
I love the raspberry.
Raspberry? Which one's that? Oh, you didn't like it?
No, I did like it, but you can drink it, right?
I'm not gonna drink it.
It's good. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
It tastes good.
Okay.
I
love it.
I can taste the like it feel.
You can taste the pear and the apple and ginger in this.
But it tastes like authentic raspberry and not like the artificial sweetened kind. That's why I think I like it.
It is yummy. Honestly, it'd be nice with a mixed drink too.
Cold pressed raspberry.
The mixed drink would be really good.
Cold pressed raspberry. So this is
good.
expensive.
It literally just tastes like I'm eating a handful of raspberries.
It's good.
I love raspberries. This is good. And I'm not even. We're like, this is good. This is authentic
Chris
review.
Soda, sponsor her. We got this right here. YouTube channel. She needs a sponsor.
Yeah, it could be a weekly sponsor.
You'd be my first sponsor ever. So
get on that.
On YouTube.
Get on that. ASAP.
We need her to try the pear one as well, just for the hell of it. Yeah, why not? They're all for you.
I was like, I feel bad.
No, they're all for you.
I'll take these home and
We're gonna make you chug it at the end of it.
Oh, I think I'm gonna love this one.
That's why I like this one. It's not bad. Right?
Okay, if I had to rate it, it'd be raspberry.
We got a rating.
This one, and then this one. I don't taste the vanilla. It's like very
the rhubarb
faint,
is like.
But then I also don't taste the rhubarb. It's just.
So what are you tasting?
Actually, I taste the vanilla. It's like vanilla, and then like I can kind of taste the apple cider vinegar, but it's not like I'm taking a shot of apple cider vinegar, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you, Chris Soda.
So yeah, we appreciate it, and I guess we should move forward to. So I guess that was something that we touched upon originally, but becoming a content creator, going to Playlist Live, being an actor. You originally said that you were so shy when you first started. I guess all these within the year that you kind of just got shot into the content creation, how did you build that confidence? Like, what made you build all that confidence to build to be comfortable right now, being without questions, without just in the making your videos out of the blue?
Yeah, it definitely has to do with being on camera every single day, because when I worked at Most Amazing Top 10, we would script and film about 3 videos a day.
Okay.
So and sometimes we do reaction videos too. So I could do like 5 videos a day. And that means I'm in front of the camera for like 15 minutes, 5 times. Someone do the math. Like, you're constantly in front of the camera. And my first couple of videos, I was so nervous. I could barely move my arms because I just wanted to stand there, deliver the lines, and then leave. Right? But once you're doing it every single day and you get comfortable with the cameraman and all the workers, then it's like, just me and the camera. It's my best friend.
I guess it becomes a job for you. Like, it's your job because you're getting paid to do it.
But it's just like, it's so much fun. Like, you start to like really, really love it. And then you get positive feedback with the fans when you start showing your own personality.
Right.
So in the scripts, I would start writing jokes, and like, if I was talking about something, I would like put in little like comments that weren't even scripted, and people love that. There was one video where I totally just broke character and I started laughing, and they left it in, and all the comments were like about the laugh and being like,
oh, like the blooper
it's so
part,
authentic, and not even in the blooper reel, just like in the video. I like just broke character, and I just kept going, and I'm like, I'm sorry guys, and they left it in, and everyone was like tagging the moment, and they're like, this is my favorite moment in the whole video.
Wow.
And it's just like, it's heartwarming, but also like that was authentically Lindsay.
Right.
So it's they liked that,
That's cool.
Because I did watch a few of your episodes, and I was like, you're very structured originally.
It's very,
it was like, and I was like, because from me knowing you, I'm like, you're a fun a fun, jolly person that I'm just like, I love your giggle. You see, just that little one right there.
So funny.
So yeah, and what's funny? We do have some quick questions we can ask, and we have 2 surprises for you. One is behind you on your right side, if you can grab it.
Do I close my eyes, or what is it? Oh my god, I see it through the bag.
We kind of did a deep dive.
Do you guys watch my Q&A videos?
We watched everything. We watched over 400 hours of video. We didn't sleep.
No wonder you're making more money this month.
Thanks, guys.
So
I love all dress and ketchup chips. Those are my 2
ketchup chips? I'll run upstairs right now and get some.
So I wanted. Oh, you want to keep it? I was like, you can try it. Yeah.
You can start snacking.
I love how you're like, you can try it. And I'm like, it's my first time having it. For everyone that's not Canadian, these are so good.
Right?
And Ruffles, if you want to be the second sponsor.
Yeah.
I DM them. Oh my god, don't make a mess.
Whatever.
I DM'd Ruffles, and they were like, "Thanks."
Can you get 10 million followers, and then we'll talk to you?
Seriously, I want any chip company because I love chips.
So before we get into the quick questions, I just have one question I want to ask. So when you went to Playlist, you met all these celebrities. That's awesome, and you were kind of like fangirling them, and you felt like you're the same level. Do you feel like, okay, you're back to reality, you're in Toronto, do you find that there are people here that are like, yo, that's Lindsay, oh my god, it's so cool? No, I mean, seriously, like, is there someone that's like, because like, even, I don't have a big following, but I'm in the food industry. So when people see me, like, yo, that food guy, I'm like, how do you know me? What's my name? Like I'm like, where do you find me from? Like on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. Like, oh, I saw your YouTube video. I'm like, that's cool. Like, thank you so much. Like, it's awesome. Because for me, I've never had that before. Yeah. Someone come up to me and be like, yo, but you have the same happening with you?
So for me, because I have like a lot of like American followers, it hasn't. Okay, so it did happen, but the person didn't come up to me. They DM'd me and they said, hey, I think I saw you. Were you here? And I was going to a vintage show. And I was like, yeah, that was me. I was like, you should have said hi. So it was one fan. And then I had another fan that flew from, I think it was like BC, all the way when I did my personal like vintage show and came just to meet me. And I was like, whoa, dude, like that's crazy.
Have you ever thought of having that audience, like just meeting up with people?
I don't think I would have a lot of people come. I honestly don't think that. So.
Not yet, but maybe in a few months or a year from now, you could.
But this is the craziest thing. What happened to me when I was in New York for Fortnite when I was playing, I got like 20 DMs, and people were like, "So, if everyone always says they don't think I'm 6'4". When I'm like it's the funniest thing. Like, whenever so even people DM me and they're like, "No, you're 5'6". No. And I'm like,
I knew you were tall
before
I even met you.
It was the funniest thing, and like everyone is scared. My audience were 13-year-olds, so everyone was like, "I saw you, but I was so scared." And it was like, "It was nice seeing you." And I'm like, and it was like funny because all the other guys who I was like playing Fortnite Mobile, they're like in their early 20s or like 19, 20, 21. They all got like photographs, and I'm like, oh, I guess I don't have any fans here. And everyone DM'd me, and I'm like, why didn't you come to me? I would have taken photos with everyone. We would have made a video. But it was like for me, like people, I didn't know people are like so timid by me. I was like,
you're a tall dude. I would be scared too if I didn't know. If I just saw you walking and
nighttime, even at nighttime.
No, nighttime, not even nighttime, daytime. If you were like in your own
so you got a beard and stuff, bro.
Dude, if you didn't smile and you were just walking straight, I would have crossed the street.
Just teddy bear. Just teddy bear.
One thing. When I first met you through Couple, right, and then I started DMing you, what was the thing that you said about me? Because I can't remember what it is, but you said something.
I said I thought you were so cocky. And then when I met you in person, I'm like, wow, you're like humble, you're sweet, you're kind.
It was funny because like I get that as well. Like people sometimes take the characteristic of who I am until I send them a voice note or something. I'm like, hey, how you doing? It's really nice meeting you. And then people are like, what? This is not. But I'm like, I don't see myself as like projecting a different personality, but I guess
think it's confidence, and sometimes it's hard to read confidence unless you know the person.
So true.
Yeah.
So then,
so true.
Our second gift while she's eating, we also
$5 million.
We also got her favorite food.
No, I'm making
that is. Well, I don't know if it's her favorite food. Well, it's her favorite type of food, but I don't know if it's favorite food. But I feel like McDonald's is you. Like you're a little bit like. So I got Big Macs. So I got Big Macs for all of us. But also, he's only had a Big Mac once, but the episode was accidentally deleted on the Edible Talk.
So it never happened.
So it never happened. So we're going to re-record it. Hopefully it's not too cold.
Order French fries, Coke, and nuggets. Order everything.
Wow.
And then anything else.
No, we also ordered A&W. We ordered. Wait, are you talking about
the raw chicken?
Raw chicken?
That is a comment that will maybe or maybe never see the world the day. I don't know.
No, I'm gonna ask after.
So here's your Big Mac.
There better be napkins in there. If there's no napkins, I'm gonna cry.
Excited. Well, we didn't have straws, but
no straws, no napkins, probably too.
Also,
right?
is it just me, or are they now smaller? Because when I was like younger, they were massive.
You were just smaller.
No, I was thinking about that too, but like this is tiny.
There's no napkins. There's no napkins.
We didn't have straws either, so if you see me drinking like that, this is why.
So while you're eating, I'm gonna ask you questions because that's gonna be a fun little. Let's get into that. Oh, we got some napkins.
Yay.
Here you go.
That's all I got.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's fine. 2 napkins
Thank
for
you.
her, 1 napkin for you.
No,
and
this
one
is
napkin
one that.
for me.
Oh, no, it's 2.
Now, it's a dirty napkin and a clean napkin.
I want a French fry. So I'm taking a French fry bag.
Here.
Should I
one
tuck
for you
this
too?
in?
I'm gonna dump this in.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Oh yeah, that's so cute.
There we go. So
Yes.
okay, wait, no, I want his reaction before we.
Oh yeah, we have to wait.
Yeah. So please take a bite, my good sir.
My good sir?
Yes, sir.
So 1 second. Alrighty.
Okay, first
You
time.
gonna video of me doing this? No, I'm joking. Okay.
Okay, wait.
God.
1 second.
First impression.
Why not?
Look at
Let's
that
record
I've
cheese.
never
Yeah.
seen so many layers on a patty if it's not a halal burger or anything like that. Alright, my first time
So we
trying a
got
Big
it.
Mac.
First time.
Mm.
A Big Mac.
That
I
looks good.
would hold that underneath while taking.
The
I don't know if
lettuce
you know.
is just gonna.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
go
first
for
time
it.
doing a Big Mac. Clearly, I have no idea how to eat a burger like this.
Go
I'm
for
excited.
it. You got it?
Oh yeah, definitely get the.
Oh, look at that
napkin.
sauce all over his face. I loved it.
The sauce.
Big Mac. You know that commercial that they had? They were like, oh yeah, you want it to drip. Like there was a commercial that like make a mess and like somebody's eating it in the park.
That
The whole
sounds a
thing's
little
like falling. I was like,
sexual.
yeah.
Clearly, they didn't market it well
I-
enough to me because
Yeah.
it's so good.
Mmm.
Is it though?
What's your
Is this a
normal?
lie?
It's better than we've recently been eating. So yeah.
Oh my god, what's your normal order at McDonald's then? What do you
Chicken
normally
fingers, fries, and
He
Coke.
gets the chicken nuggets.
No.
Where's chicken
get?
fingers? Who
You're
sells
such a
chicken
little
fingers?
baby,
Yeah.
little chicken fingers.
So it's funny because like we were talking about it. It's like his
Chicken
mom,
nuggets?
like it's also a big thing. I think I don't know if it is, but in I guess our religion in a sense, it's always like chicken feels more comfortable. I guess no, and then like meat and thing, you don't know if there's pork or whatever. So
That's
depending
right.
on your religion, but
The sauce,
Slaps.
so good.
McDonald's, thank you for sponsoring me. Like actually, this is actually.
Well, actually yes, but actually no.
Mm.
But but yes, no, he got sponsored for their new spicy chicken. So
Really?
yeah. If
Wow.
Woo!
and
Mama, I made it. I quit my job and now I'm joking.
Are you doing
I'm
like UGC, like user generated content, or are you just like shouting it out?
Yeah, like I did some stories for them.
Mm.
They didn't pay me or anything, which is totally fine. It's on the resume, honestly.
To work with McDonald's is huge.
It's sick.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it was big. In the same week, Heineken reached out to me. I was like, hey, let's work together. So Heineken's also a sponsor. I mean, these are small things. Again, when you're in the food business,
those are big companies,
They're big,
though.
yeah.
they're big companies, but it doesn't matter how big they are. It's how much money they're willing to spend. Like you can go to
Yeah.
the bigger the company sometimes. Honestly, the amount of cheapness they
Oh, I
have.
know.
And I'm not trying
It's
to lose
crazy.
any sponsor for the future. It's just the honesty. Like I can go to a mom and pop shop. I don't want to charge them $5K because it's ridiculous.
Mhm.
But I'll charge them a couple $100, and they might be suffering.
Mhm.
But I go to McDonald's and charge as much. Oh no, it's not worth it for us. Because McDonald's knows what they know what they
Yeah.
are. They know who they are. And so it's you gotta kind of pick your battles here and there and pick what you want to do. So I'm willing to take free stuff in order to
Yeah,
get on the
100%.
resume.
So I guess the number one question, I'll go with it while you guys are eating, is why? Wait, no, the hell, that's totally wrong. When you got your PL box,
Yes.
right? What's the weirdest thing you got, the best thing you got, and what you wish you got?
Okay.
So give it to your audience. They might send it.
I have to reopen it. I close it just so that I can have it like
Oh,
closer, like more
Right, it's
accessible.
pretty
Because it was
far.
really far away, so that people don't know where I live. But anyways, when I first opened it, I didn't think anyone would send me anything. I was like, there's absolutely no way. I started getting letters. The best thing that I ever received, this is kind of like the best and most random. I got an air fryer.
Whoa!
Somebody sent me an air fryer.
That's
That's
sick.
insane.
And
sick.
then he's like, please don't tell my girlfriend, because I actually tagged him on the story, and I was just like,
That's hilarious.
he was like a random fan, like an older man, and he's like, can you actually like untag me and delete the story? She can't know that I bought it for you. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's awkward.
So I had got an air fryer.
Thank you.
Thank you. I get a lot of cow stuff, which I love.
Love that.
I got a cow onesie, cow slippers, cow socks. Somebody made a poster that says, oh, what is it? Well, something about cows. Like it had a cow image on it, and then they edited the text so it said something funny, like honey.
Okay.
Yeah. So I say that, and lots of like heartfelt letters, which I love to read, and I try to respond back to people.
And then there's that. Do you want to? The second part to that is you opened up a cameo. What's the same question? What's the weirdest thing you got, the best thing you got, and the weirdest thing you got?
The weirdest thing, because it happened recently and I had to decline the cameo. It was basically to show off my feet. But they wanted it in like the way that they labeled it, like wasn't like show off your feet. It was, first of all, they wanted the cameo to be 5 minutes, which usually it's like 2 minutes to 3 minutes max.
Right.
They specifically said a super long, like 5 minutes. They said the first 3 minutes, they just want me chilling on, like laying on my stomach with like my feet in the air, like just chilling and not paying attention to the phone. Then after 3 minutes, they wanted me to turn to the camera and say like, oh, hey, I didn't see you there, and pretend like he was the one recording me and kind of be like, haha, stop, and do that. And I just declined it.
That sounds like another platform.
Yeah. I've had a lot of like, hey, like, oh, this is the one that made my heart warm. It was like, hey, this person's in the hospital. Can you send like one to cheer them up? And I was like, oh, of course I can. Like, I'll do it for free, man. Like,
really? That's awesome.
You wish to make a cameo for?
Wish? Like, what do you mean? Like,
if somebody who would reach out to you to make a cameo?
Bro, Adam Sandler, if you want me to make if you want me to make you a cameo, no, I'd be the one reaching out to him and being like, Sandman, make me just say my name. Just acknowledge I'm here.
That's amazing. Okay. I got another question for you. What is your favorite Taylor Swift song, since you both share the same birthday?
Oh, I was going to say, do you think I'm a Swiftie? Yeah, we both were born on December 13th. When I was young, I really loved Love Story, and I would sing that. I'm not a good singer, but I would sing that karaoke all the time. Had it memorized word for word. She has so many good... I like her... I don't like her, like, sad stuff. Like, her new one, like, what is it? It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. Not really my vibe. I liked her whole, like, trouble, like that era, like Shake It Off.
Shake It Off was right.
You know, like I like that era of Taylor Swift.
I'm so angry she's not coming to Canada, like everywhere.
Oh,
maybe she'll
maybe she'll see this and then she'll come, because we have the same birthday, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, come on.
And Steve Buscemi. Are you kidding? I love Steve Buscemi.
So,
him and Adam Sandler. Yo, Steve, hit me up. Let's collab. That'd be iconic, having him on my channel. Like,
he's sick.
You go for the next one.
Yeah, so you used to play, I don't think anyone knows, but you used to play competitive soccer. Where did you play competitive soccer? And do you think your competitiveness playing soccer has helped you compete now?
Yeah, so I grew up playing soccer. I was playing since I was like 4 years old, like on the field. I played up until the pandemic, and then I just haven't found a new team. But I played rep soccer for 4 years. I actually got scouted. And then, so I got scouted. And then I was playing on a league, and I was just kind of like substituting for the first like 3 games, because they had like people away, so I would just fill in for the players. And the time that they asked me to be on their team is when it was a huge game against like our rivals. I didn't even know it was the rivals, because I just joined, like I just was substituting on the team. And I scored the winning goal.
No
and afterwards,
way.
And afterwards, the coach came up to me and was just like, "Okay, we'd love to have you on your team."
And that's how she got the Nike commercial.
No, but I did book a Nike commercial, and it's because they wanted authentic soccer players.
Interesting.
So they wanted people that could do keep-ups. So I did like 20 keep-ups, and I sent in the audition tape. And then they called me in for a second audition, and when I was there, people were like, "Yeah, this is like my 3rd round of auditioning," and I'm like, "It's just my 2nd," and then I booked it.
That's crazy.
And
that's awesome.
What is keep ups, in case somebody doesn't know?
It's just like when you juggle the ball on like your knees, your feet, you keep the ball in the air. Not
and
your hands,
arms.
obviously. I was like, that'd be like really easy. Imagine, yeah.
So, I mean, I'll ask the question, but so we noticed you have piercings. How many do you have?
Oh, you're trying to say I don't have like...
No. We just noticed that you had one on your nose before, and now you don't have it.
So,
and then you have a bunch in the earring, and then you did one on a YouTube, I think. I can't remember. One of your ears.
Did your mom do it for you?
On top. Yeah, on your... Yeah.
No, seriously.
I have no content.
Oh my God, okay. I have 2 stories then. So first of all, to answer your question, I have 3 lobe piercing here, 3 here, so that's 6. And then I have 2 cartilage and I have a rook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then my nose, 10. So I had my nose piercing, and then I booked a commercial, and they said, "Hey, can you take out your nose piercing?" Which is fine. I've had to do it. And so I took it out, and then they keep calling me back so consistently that I can't keep putting it in and taking out because I have a hoop, and it's so hard to put in. So it's kind of just been out now, but I missed my nose piercing. But I find that I'm getting more auditions, and I think it's because I don't have my nose piercing in anymore because it looks more like clean, especially for commercials. They want like really clean. Like half the time I have to take out like all my ear piercings.
Right. No tattoos or anything like that either.
I do have a tattoo.
Oh,
but hold on.
But okay.
So so imagine it's literally just a massive cow. No, it's just cow print all down my leg.
Did you do it?
Imagine.
It's from here to here. That's why you're wearing long sleeve.
It's literally a sleeve of cow print.
Let's go to, after we film this, let's go down to Queen Street. Let's go to Inkbox.
No.
And do a fake permanent tattoo for 2 weeks.
Would literally kill me.
And film a video for your mom. She'd die.
But it lasts for like 2 weeks, and I have
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Or 3 weeks.
So do it.
No.
or we can go to Chronic Ink since they were things.
Chronic Ink sponsor us. I'll get a tattoo. No.
You might get a sweatsuit.
Oh, I'll get a sweatsuit.
I don't know. I don't know where he's getting from.
Didn't they give you a sweatsuit?
They did, but I needed a 3X. They gave me a 2X. It's like it feels like I'm like the Hulk about to run through it.
I mean, hey,
I'm dying. That's funny.
Well,
that's funny.
Yeah, during the pandemic, I wanted my earlobe pierced. And I kept telling my mom it was her idea. She goes, "I'll just pierce it for you." Now,
I didn't know that was a gig.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Cartilage, never pierce it yourself because it needs to be a needle, not a gun. You can shatter your own cartilage. Yeah, and like lobe, it's so fleshy, and there's like minimal blood flow. Don't do this at home. Anyway, my mom, she's in the medical field too, so she felt so confident. She's like, "I can do it." So we sterilized the needle, and she just pierced it through. Literally almost passed out, but it's fine. I have it, and it was healthy, and it healed. So my mom pierced my 3rd ear.
Nice.
Yes, and tattoo. Yeah.
Tattoo.
So I'm like, and
what's your tattoo?
I guess there's. Oh yeah, where is the tattoo?
Yeah, where's that?
I recently got it.
Oh.
Didn't tell my mom. And she's really against tattoos. And I just
Does she know?
her. Yeah, she knows now.
I'm like, damn. I'm like, oh, this is not the moment.
My dad doesn't know yet. But
Dad.
yeah, now he does. It's just on my arm. It's very faint. Not faint. It's fine line. It says 444.
Oh, I did see it. I think I commented. I said, why'd you get 444?
Yes. So 444. So my soccer jersey number is 4. It's also my favorite number, my lucky number. 444 is angel number for protection.
Right.
But also, I didn't want to type this out and put it on. It's so hard. It's so complicated to say. So 4 is my soccer jersey number. 4 is my brother's volleyball jersey number, and 4 is my dad's referee jersey number.
Oh, that's crazy.
So it's like the 3 of us, 444. So
that's cool.
There's so many meanings, and I'm not gonna go on Instagram and be like, "So guys, another meaning." So I just say angel number's favorite number, lucky number.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that.
You want last one, David?
Yeah, I guess we'll go with the last one. But why do you love Adam Sandler so much, and how disappointed were you when he was in Toronto and you didn't get to see him?
I'm about to fight someone. I love Adam Sandler. I'm like, Adam, come on. I love Adam Sandler so much. People think that he's like...
Adam, please come in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would lose my shit. I literally... Okay.
Hey, guys.
I fell in love with his movie Just Go With It. I think that was the first one. Actually, I saw Mr. Deeds, but I was too young to understand it to even think that he was funny. I was too young. I didn't understand. I just remember seeing the scene where he had the black foot, and I freaked out. The black foot scared the crap out of me. And then I was scared of the movie and scared of him. Seriously. And then I watched Just Go With It for the first time. And then I think I watched it like over and over again in that week, and just now I have it memorized, and I thought he was so funny. And then I started watching all his other movies like Happy Gilmore, which is another one of my favorite movies. And I think it's because our sense of humor is like the same, and it's like quick wit. Like you have to really understand the references that he's making to find it funny. And he's a comedic genius. yes, he somewhat plays the same character in each movie, and it's
Nicolas
works every
Cage,
time.
same thing.
I freaking love Nick Cage.
It's funny because
Sure,
I don't think I've ever told you, but I like both the characters that you're like stating, Adam Sandler and Nick Cage. I love them because like they do their jobs right. The same thing with Liam Neeson. Same thing. He's really good at his role. If you're watching the movie, you know what you're gonna get, right? And I think that's consistency. Sometimes you see an actor and you're just like, it's funny because I haven't seen the movie yet, Alice Darling.
Oh, I watched it.
Have you watched it with Anna Kendrick?
I think.
Oh, is that the one you watched at TIFF? No, you didn't watch it at TIFF, but that was at the TIFF red carpet. Were you there?
No.
I was there, right?
Yeah, you did it. I wasn't there.
Oh my god,
anyway,
I thought you were there.
He met Anna Kendrick. I didn't.
Who didn't he meet?
You know,
but
also it's funny. A lot of people just think that my humor is similar to Anna Kendrick.
Oh,
and people have said that
Anna Kendrick, please come in.
You just give me an Anna Kendrick vibe. I'm like, I'll take it.
We know someone that looks like her. The one lady from
just kidding.
Chandra.
Yeah, Chandra.
Yeah, my friend, like, she looks like her. It's crazy. I'm like, oh, I know you. Where are you from?
But with Alice Darling, I'm so used to Anna Kendrick playing the quirky, like, funny character. In this movie, she does such a good job at separating herself from that and portraying a different character. And I was like, I love this. I love this movie.
I love that.
That's really cool.
But Adam Sandler, yes, I love.
Have you seen his new movie, The Hustle? So
I haven't because it's not really a comedy. Uncut Gems gave me anxiety, and people were like, "It's so good." I'm like, I literally the ending scene. I'm like, can I spoil it for? It's okay.
I didn't watch it, so.
But I didn't like how it ended, and I didn't like Adam Sandler's character's choices, and so it really stressed me out.
That's what I heard. I heard a lot of people because I love it, and I still haven't watched it yet. And everyone says don't watch it, and I was like, I'm like,
be prepared.
Yeah, so people who like didn't want me to ruin my thing. But I like, you know what? I like that you're so, first of all, awesome. Great to be here. And you're so like fun, bubbly, joyful. It's great to have that, you know, especially during after pandemic and everything. But I feel like you're also kind of like a hustler in a good way. Like you do the acting, you do the content, but you also sell stuff.
Yeah.
Like, can we get into what you do as your other hustles? Because you're not just like a on the camera person. You're like, I want to make some bread. Yeah. How do you do it? What do you do?
So
also plug what you're wearing.
Yeah. I'll start with the merch. So obviously I started to release merch, and this collection did like really well, surprisingly. And it has my catchphrase, which people, if they don't watch my videos, they don't understand. But I sign off every video saying, "I'll see you when I see you." So I put, "I'll see you when I see you."
It's funny. His reaction is like, "What does this mean?" I'm like, "We watched every video." That's
true. Let's get a video.
Yeah. So this is my merch. I have it available in like different things.
It's gonna be on the tag here.
A crew neck, a hoodie,
t-shirts. Yes. But I actually started, this was like the same time as acting, as I started reselling vintage clothes, and like these jeans are vintage, these shoes are secondhand. That's one thing. I absolutely love thrifting. It's like a treasure hunt. Like you go in, you don't know what you're going to find. I love vintage clothes. I think they're, first of all, cooler and unique because no one has them. It's also fun to like figure out how to style more like out there pieces. And it's just like better quality because nowadays they're just like cheap. Like just get it out there.
So very true.
Thing, again, going
you're
back
spending
to
money
my
on
height.
It,
I'm 6'4". I got a long torso.
It's hard to thrift for you.
I'm not a long legs. I'm long torso, and so I need something like 2XL or 3XL T. But they don't make that anywhere. No. And like the crazy thing is, like, it's funny because
I was in China once. Oh my god! I was in China. I got him.
A 5XL jersey, and it was like a 2. Like
I was gonna say it was probably like just a large.
It was a large, and this ain't not gonna work.
I fit in like from those. It's like I'm literally a large because it runs super small.
Sure.
And the funny thing is, it's like what am I saying? The biggest brand right now I wear is OVO because it's Canadian made, Canadian sizing. It still has that American sizing. Yeah, but they just recently went from their shirts that I used to buy 2 years ago. 2X used to fit me. Now the 2X is tight on me. Now I have to get 3Xs. And I'm like, I feel self-conscious. But when I go to vintage, I'm like, the XL race car are the same size as this. And I'm like, yo, like, what am I wearing?
Yeah, it's amazing. And it's a fun pastime. So Right now there's no markets, but in the summertime I do like outdoor markets where I vend. I have my little like tent set up where it's like a little canopy and like a table and racks and people can come and shop. I did one in Kensington that was really successful. That's cool. But like now I just like sell online. I have Depop and Poshmark. Those are the apps that I use. And
so during the pandemic, we saw you got like 2,000 followers back then, and you sold like 200 packages or something.
More, if anything, like 40 packages or something like crazy.
No.
Like,
for what?
For your Depop when you joined during the.
But that
you were
was
so happy with like selling so much like vintage stuff.
But I think that was over a couple of years. Like those are like the
that was not
total amount of.
So when did you start vintage?
I started in 2018. I started just selling.
Okay, so we saw like 2021.
Yeah.
So that was already at that point. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I started with just like clothes that I had in my closet that I didn't like, but I felt I paid too much to donate. So I'm like, you know what? Let's put them online and see what happens. I'll figure out shipping. And I started listing, and then I was like, I love thrifting. What if I thrift for other people and I pick out these pieces? So that's what I started doing.
Have you thought about taking like guys' clothing and like being like, I'll take a cut of your clothing. Like if I have clothing I want to give you,
I
like,
actually do that.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
Take it. I'll give you money. You sell it for me.
So I do that. I if it's like straight up.
No, I mean serious. I'm legit serious. You should do it.
If it's straight up vintage, I say I will buy like these clothes off you for a bundle price, like in bulk, and then I sell it, but I keep the profit. Like I paid you.
Yeah, you paid me. I'm off.
Yeah, yeah. So I do that.
That's very smart.
Yeah, just
That's
like
really
any way to find like vintage clothes. But I feel like a lot of people are starting to do it now. So
would you wanna own your own vintage store?
I would love that. I would absolutely love to have my own store.
I've been noticing. I mean, I thought about it actually a lot after watching your videos for the past month and making you more money. $1. No, I feel like there's ways to do it. Like a lot of, if you look at businesses nowadays, barbershops, coffee shops, they don't just sell coffee or they just cut hair.
Yeah.
They have barber, coffee, tattoo parlor, and bar. And so you could also like just once you get a rack, get your top 20 finds, and go part-time, whatever, it's once a week or whatever the number is, and you say, or just give it to them, the consignment, and say, hey, this is my rack. Take the top 30 or 20 items, and literally start selling that way. So you're not, it's not your own at the beginning, but you sort of build, like you look at how, leasing a place is very expensive. So you could spend a lot less money by giving it to the guy who owns a coffee shop, and you don't pay as much. I think a nice one
would be like a studio.
I know people that do it. Well, in Montreal, it's big where they have the coffee shops and you can thrift. I know people in Montreal that they set up a rack. And when something sells, they like take a photo, they let the person know. Obviously, there is like theft, which is really sad. My friend has lost some stuff, but in the end, like it's
more benefit.
You leave your rack there, and then at the end of the month or end of the week, you can restock and just collect what you made.
Again, like I feel like any businesses, H&M to Zara, they all account for theft as part of their business. Obviously, you're a small business. I'm not saying steal, but like
steal from small businesses.
You don't like for you, it's exposure. It's extra exposure because online's great and you have a great exposure online, but you can also try to like get people. Foot traffic is huge. People like touching stuff, right? Like, like that's a big thing. I can see it online, but I'm like, I don't know if I like it, the sizing, try it on. So that's something maybe you could add. I don't know if it's actually gonna help you, but an idea.
Yeah, and that's why like markets are is much more successful, and you sell so much in one day. It's because it's in there in person, and they see it's just one vintage item. It's like you're either getting it or someone else is getting it, and then it's gone. You know? It's
so true.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love it. I'm still waiting for you to find me a nice something 2XL or
2XL
Raptors or OVA. He'll take some Blue Jays and.
I've already DM'd her saying, "Yo, find me Leafs, Raptors, and Jays."
Okay. I was gonna take a percentage if you saw it from him back.
No.
But yeah, no. Every time she sees something, she's like, "Oh, this guy has a 2XL Raptors thing," and he's like, "Oh, $650." I was like, "Buddy, I'm sorry, but like," and
it's so crazy. Before we had playoff tickets for the Jays, the Wild Card Series, and I remember going Game 2. I remember texting David, "Oh, they're selling Jays vintage All-Star down the road," and I'm like, "Oh, $80 for a T-shirt." I think I texted to you and to you.
Yeah.
They're like, "Don't spend the money." They lost. I'm sure the price of that from $80 went to $45.
You know what's crazy? So I went to that thrift. There's a thrift store like down on King, like it's all the way near like almost Lakeshore. It's like in the corner, like where the McDonald's are. Funny enough. Do you know what I'm talking about? They have like that warehouse. I think you most likely went there once or twice.
Oh, is it Street Culture?
Maybe. So I went there and I found like, man, I got, this guy was like, I found him like a vintage Blue Jays thing, like zip up, like half zip up thing. The guy's like, yo, I want 60. I brought the guy down to $20. I got him like 10 items. Yeah, and it was all like $80. No, but I'm like, he was trying to charge all of that, maybe like $400 or $500, and I brought him down to like $80.
But to the average person who like him and I both were like in airways or our hustlers as well, because we'll go with cash, and they'll be like, bro, I'll transfer, I'll pay you cash,
because
or I'll give you a review
for $3, $4, $5. Sometimes you're just lucky and you find it at Value Village, and if you make $20, $30 on each item, you're like. Like
profit. But you know the markup on
10 times profit
on it.
Oh yeah. Well, especially if they're like shipping in bulk from overseas and they just get like a bundle for like $500 and there's
really, so that's how
they buy it. They buy pallets of it.
They can buy pallets of vintage. There's people overseas that will send a box of like curated vintage items. You're spending like thousands of dollars, but each piece ends up being like $10 each.
Because you went to a vintage like store that you picked out some stuff like during the pandemic, I saw.
And like, I've done some like collabs.
But was there everything good? Was that ever worth it, or was it all like?
I've done like per pound places, which is more like modern stuff for cheaper. So it's gonna be modern Nike, but not vintage Nike. You can find the odd piece,
right?
That's vintage, but you really have to dig. Whereas thrift stores,
I'm too germophobic for that. I don't want to like get into those things.
You see, like gets COVID 3 times, but COVID.
Oh my god, man, that was a whole different thing. I don't know if we'll bring that up, but
it's a crazy thing. I don't want to get into it, but like he literally is the most like sanitary, clean, hygienic person. Gets COVID. I'm like, bro, how? Like it's crazy.
You're not wearing a mask. Or if you were like around people. Anyway.
No, he wasn't.
Anyway. It was funny. I just got a text message from someone. They're like, you know what the first thing they said? What medical issues do you have? That's why you got it. Like, why do people come off that way? That's the first thing I always hear. And I'm like, I was at the healthiest point in my life at that point. And thing, but anyways, long story short, just a wrap. I got COVID. I thought it was going to get better. It was going to get easier. Did not get better. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Got out. And my life was shit for a whole year, and I like kind of went through the whole thing. And long story short, now we're here. I'm alive. It took 2 years, almost 2 years. Anniversary is in. I got out of the hospital like April 19th, 20th or something.
We gotta celebrate.
And
it's Chris Soda.
And
Oh yeah.
Keep you healthy.
Hello.
But yeah, long story short, it happened. Shit happens. I'm happy. I'm here where I am. And
I got a question for you, probably.
So, would you like to? I mean, we have a bunch, but I feel like a lot of it's been kind of like said. Like we had a question about how your content evolved, but getting into top 10, like that kind of gave you those top 10 in horror, so that kind of evolved to your content today.
We got our. I mean. We've had a lot of questions here. We can ask our final question if you want to ask that.
Ask her a final question.
Scared.
You know the one.
No, is there?
Number 2.
Number 2?
Oh no.
No, Habibi.
Oh no.
Well, I still want to ask one more thing.
Sure. We got some more content.
We still have at least another 15 minutes of film.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we haven't asked, but the way we met.
Yes.
Right? We met on an app called Couple TV. Fun enough.
Yeah, that's funny.
I just got out of the hospital like 2 weeks after when I went in there. I was like, oh, it's online. I got invited. I was like, whatever. But I got invited through like seeing like an Instagram post. I was like, oh, whatever. Let me try it out and whatever. But so we met on Couple TV. It's an online like fast dating, but it's not only just dating, friendships, things like. Funny enough, the amount of people that I met, Mercedes, crazy, tons of people. And Salt and Pepper, and like everyone, like there's so many. Everyone has their nicknames, right? How did you find that experience? Like, and how did you also get into that?
So I had someone reach out to me. She's like an influencer. And she's like, do you want to try our new platform? It's called Couple. It's online speed dating. And I was like, but some of the people in my work, Che was one of them.
Okay.
They're like, just come on. So it was the 4 of us that came on and we did like 3-minute speed dates. And it was so fun just because I was like cracking jokes.
Right.
I was having a blast. And then we just did like feedback.
Right.
And then they're like, do you want to be on like Couple TV, which was like their reality show. So I was like on that for season 1 and 1. But we met because I started hosting the events too. They liked my personality, so they had me hosting. And then David was on there. And
randomly I was like, I love your personality, and we just start talking. And then you're like, I can't talk to you anymore. I got to talk to the other 50 people there.
Yeah. I was like, I can't focus only on you.
But yeah, how was that experience of like the whole like TV show, and then kind of getting to the you know, going on a trip? Like that's amazing, going to Jamaica.
Absolutely crazy. I didn't think I was gonna win. So what happens is they put you on the speed dates, and then people can like vote if they're your favorite. Like the audience votes if you're your favorite. And elimination happens like every week. And so I got to the last round, and they called my name and another guy's name. And I'm like, am I going to Jamaica with him? Like that was I was like, the whole thing is to find love. And I only had connections with like a couple of the guys there. And I'm like, it's not this guy. But I was the winner, and I got to choose someone to bring along. And he was the like runner up, and he brought like his connection. And we all just went to Jamaica, and it was absolutely crazy being there for a week. Again, it was so hard to tell my mom. I'm like, so I was on like a reality dating show. She's like, when? It's a pandemic. I'm like, I was in my room every Tuesday at 6:45 when I said I was like doing business calls. No, I was doing speed dating.
Crazy.
Insane.
Right?
What you can do from home, right? Like, and that's how like we built a friendship connection online, and then we finally met on TIFF.
Yeah,
is that it?
at TIFF.
Like I was like, hey,
Nick
I got
Cage.
TIFF. Nicolas Cage. I know you're a huge fan. And then it happened, and I love
cool.
like
I literally,
to fruition.
that's another story. I literally like sprinted to get downtown.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Nick Cage, and thankfully he came out late because I would have missed him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm seeing him. He's
That's
my
so
national
cool.
treasure.
Wow. I'm jealous.
For like a 5-second wave. I'm like,
jealous.
there he is. He's gone, but I saw him.
It's pretty cool. You got like, I feel like it's really cool that you're able to just, because you have that talent, you're able to just go do things. Like it's so easy for you just to, hey, I'm walking out front, going to Jamaica, Mom. I'm going to Jamaica, Mom.
She was like, who are these people? I was a little scared. I'm like, well, what if they take, because I also like, I'm into true crime. I'm like, what if they take us there to kill us? I'm like, what if it's like the Hunger Games all of a sudden, and it's like
pool volleyball, you're playing pool volleyball.
Like, I don't know. My anxiety was just like, yo, what if they fly you out to Jamaica and it's part of the show, and then they just start killing you up? Anyway, it didn't happen, but that's just my anxiety.
I mean, I just saw something recently. A father dropped off his son at a party, and the kid died because they accidentally used a gun or something and killed the kid.
Okay, that's totally different. I was not talking about that.
But no. What I'm trying to say is like it's like the craziest thing that just happened.
Yeah.
But number 6.
Is this the hard hitting question?
No, not yet.
Oh.
No, it's no. We're having is a little early, but we've been recording for a long time. It's been really good.
I was like at this point, like
no, it's good. So you're here. You're right now.
I want to see. Yeah. Sorry, we're first time for everything. We got to test. I know yours is because of mine is. I hope.
So, you know, I always watch it on Instagram. Like, start dropshipping now. Make money. Do this now. Do this. My question is, because I can make a fake spreadsheet. Do you make money on social media? You don't have to talk about the number. I don't care what the number is. And if you were to break it down, like, is Instagram number 1? Is it TikTok? Is it Cameo? Because that's what we want to know. Like, I'm also in the business. He's in the business too. I make money on Instagram and TikTok. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah.
How do you make your money?
I love this question because my main source of income is acting.
Cool.
And then it's thrifting. And
wow.
Then, and then it's social media. And people think they look at me and they see my numbers. And when I complain
3 million views.
But when I complain about like not being able to make rent, or I make a post that says Toronto's so expensive and people reply and they say, why are you complaining? You're rich. It literally, like, I'm like, social media numbers does not like equal what you're making.
So true.
So, I just started focusing on like monetizing my brand. I have not made a lot. YouTube, I am completely transparent. I tell people that I make about like $200 a month
Wow.
It's $200 you didn't have originally. So in one way, it's cool, but it's not.
I put it towards groceries.
It's great.
But also, in order to make money on YouTube, you have to post every single day. You have to be consistent, and those videos have to.
You're doing that. I mean,
I'm like 3 times. This killed me. In January, I posted 3 times a week, and I still made like $250. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
It's wild.
You need a lot of views. You need like over 100K on each video, or like at least 20K.
What is your CPM? Do you know what your CPM is?
Oh, I have no clue. I don't honestly. Okay. I don't even check it. I don't want to know when my paycheck comes in. Cool.
They send you a paycheck?
Well, like I see it in my bank.
The reason why I'm saying CPM, right? Because then you know where they're categorizing you.
Yes.
Because like there's this girl in Toronto, I showed you, the finance girl.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Her CPM is every really million she gets like 50.
Yeah, because it's money. Because it's about money.
Or 100.
Sorry, no, you're talking about
because she converts. No, she converts, and all the ads. Everybody wants to put finance ads,
and that makes sense.
And this and that, and I'm like, it's such an amazing. And I was like, how is she making this much money?
So YouTube can be very lucrative. Like I said, you need to be making you need
or
to have
Mr.
videos
Beast.
that are always going viral. Yeah, seriously. Instagram, you make no money on anything unless it's like branded content. So I've had a couple of sponsorships, but mainly on Instagram, it's just been like gift for post.
Right.
And then TikTok, I just my very first brand deal, I made like $150.
Oh,
awesome.
And it was just like a video talking. I'm not gonna say the product, but talking about the product. And then my most recent one, which a friend actually referred me to, or else I wouldn't have had it, and the most I made is 500, and that was just saying like, hey, this movie is coming out, and I did 2 posts.
Awesome.
So that one was my like most successful one, but I'm still.
But now we know we'll hook you up because there's like
I get it. You don't understand.
Like sometimes we just can't say yes.
No, I get it. Like, I'll come to Scarborough for bubble tea. I'm like, are you paying for my gas and parking and my travel time and everything? You're like, no. I'm not coming to Scarborough.
It doesn't relate. Like today, you got a diaper like for.
Yeah, I got Pampers. It was like which is sick. I'm down, but like it's at the bottom. It's like if you are a mom, a blogger mom, or a blogger dad. I'm like, not yet, not there yet. Maybe in the coming year or 2.
Yeah, it's definitely hard.
I feel like it's cool because you would think based on your social media, and I know social media is fake. But it's also like I feel like it's like fake it till you make it, and people don't realize the true hours you put into it. Do you find that is it worth it in the end? No, is it worth it in the end? Is it worth all the time and effort that you put into doing social media and making that content? Is it worth a relationship? Is it worth it with like your career? Is it sustainable?
So I never like let it affect like personal relationships or anything. So it hasn't affected that. Besides like people being jealous. But that's just like stupid. I'm never gonna like prioritize that over. I'm never gonna prioritize that over like acting too.
Of course.
So obviously there has been times where I haven't gotten a video out on YouTube because I'm on set, and I'm like, I'm not gonna kill myself to film and edit a video.
Right. Just for $200.
But obviously it has opened up opportunities. Like I met you. I've met so many amazing 100%. People. And like even being invited to like some events that I would never have 100%. Been able to with like just like a normal following, which is crazy. The world of social media, which has its ups and downs.
Would you recommend doing social media to people?
The thing is, I think everyone is trying to do this, and I was thinking about this earlier. Is that everyone nowadays wants to become an influencer or reality because you don't have to work a 9-to-5 job because it's so easy. People that go viral and then they're set for life. And I feel like now everyone, especially with TikTok and things going viral like that, people are thinking this is attainable and I'm going to put all my time and effort into it. No, it's
so true. I love that you talk about that. It's so true.
I won't put all my time and effort into it, but I know people that they have like 2,000 followers and they're like, oh, I'm a mini influencer and this is what they're determined to do.
I'll send David a new video, a new food blogger. I'm like, I've never seen your face. I don't even know where you are.
They're popping up like
crazy. They're popping like cockroaches. No offense, it's great to have a lot of them. So good. But like everyone's like, oh, I got one video, got like 5 mil. I gained 30,000 followers. Now they've all become an influencer. I'm like, are you doing it? Like I pursued it when I was laid off. I pursued it for 2 years. It was great. I got my job back. I love my job. And I do both. And it's so hard to do both because I have a job that's very, very busy and I love it. But being a YouTuber and influencer is so time consuming. You're constantly online.
But it also, what she was saying about getting millions, I got over 30 million views on TikTok.
That's crazy.
I didn't get, I mean, don't get me wrong. Thank you. I got 12,000 followers now. But like in general terms, it's like, he's always jealous. He's always like, I wish I got a video that got 1-2 million. I'm like, no.
What? Like, what is that going to do to you?
So what I said,
jealous, but I've never gone viral.
No, so
exactly. I'm consistent.
But I said, hey, I'm like, I would prefer having your videos each getting 10,000 views each time instead of me getting 5 million views and then my audience wants me to somehow make a viral video every time versus having consistent food that gets 10 to 100,000 views, because that's pretty dope.
It's true.
So I will say is when the video goes viral and people follow you, they expect that every other post has to be about that viral video. Right. So the first time I went viral and like I got 100K on TikTok is because I was doing a series called Dark Things Disney Doesn't Want You to Know.
Right, that was amazing.
One of my videos hit 1 million views. I went to 100K followers. Every time I posted something that wasn't related to Disney, every time that I posted Disney, up. So then I was stuck in this Disney algorithm, scary Disney facts, and I stopped posting for months. I didn't post for like 8 months. And then I recently came back and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to post what I want. And I started working and working and working. And I finally got out of the Disney algorithm. And now I'm just like scary in general. Right. So, and I can do anything in general.
Scary is like, I don't know. I feel like you have 2 types of content. Do you prefer one or the other? Like, do you prefer horror? Do you prefer
I prefer comedy. Comedy, anything. But my fan base is mainly horror. So
really?
Yes. Yeah. And they always say, we love comedy. You're hilarious. Scary. So
Is it based in Toronto or based in the States mostly?
States. So, and obviously some of the followers are from Most Amazing, and that channel was like spooky, murder, crime, and like stuff like unsolved mysteries. So they want that. They like me. They want me as a host to do that.
Wow.
So that's why I dedicated TikTok to that, and I actually started another TikTok account, and that's going to be comedy. And I'm focusing to try and get that like Che level, you know? So I could have one dedicated to horror, and then one dedicated to comedy, but I realized you can't post comedy on a scary channel. It will flop. Yeah. You can't. Like, niches are it's crazy. I hate that you have to stick to it.
I know. I hate that because that's not me. I change up every day,
that's
right?
That's me too.
And, like, I recently worked with, I don't know if I haven't even posted about it. But, no, I kind of want to plug it. Like the Maple Leafs.
Amazing.
So it was through a charity organization, but the charity's like, oh, do you only do sports? Like, can you like make videos for like other stuff? I'm like, no. I'm a videographer. I'm a content creator. I'm an editor. I can do this. So it's like a lot of people see your content and they're like, oh, I see Raptor stuff. I see that. No, we love it. It's great. Please eat. We're happy to make you happy.
The pickle like a
But yeah, long story short, it was like but it's. People correlate the same thing as for your for that YouTube for that nurse role. Same thing. They're like, oh, we don't know if this relates.
Literally.
So I mean, I think it's time for the big question.
Oh, no.
And it's it's an important question. I think it's something that we want to end every podcast with. And you're the first person to be asked. When did you know you made it?
When did Are you saying that I have made it?
Yeah, of course.
I know
of course you have.
You have.
Right now, because
you have made it.
I did. Really? Because sometimes I think I'm not there yet. I think to other people, they say you've made it, but to me, I constantly see I need to keep going. I need to keep going. I need to keep hustling. So I don't.
That's part of your competitive drive.
Exactly.
Like you're going. Yes. It's like even him. When I'm not trying to read it from you. Like I would say, I got 1 new follower, and I'd be like, David, I got 1 new follower, and he would be like, small steps. Yeah. You may not be at 1 million right now, but like you're so far accomplished for what you've done. Like I'm getting goosebumps, saying like, wow, you have like you're awesome in your niches, and it's really cool that we're sitting down and asking you straight up how it is.
The craziest thing, I was on Omegle. Funny enough, I was testing out this camera to see how it works, the mics and everything, and I was like, oh shoot, it works great. But I met a guy online, and I was like, hey, I did this Fortnite and online mobile. I don't know if you know, and he's like, of course I know it. It's like, do you know Ducky the Gamer? Do you know SSN Santa? I'm like, these are like my friends that I met throughout the time.
Amazing.
One has like 1 million followers, the other one has 300,000 on YouTube. Wow. And these guys made a career out of it. And he's like, wait, are you the guy? And he like recognized me after.
I love that.
And it's like, it's crazy that like, I don't even know where this guy was. And I'm like, how old are you right now? The guy said he was 16. I'm like, so wait, you've been watching me? I stopped streaming like, we're talking about like, I started 2018.
Wow.
So we're talking about 2018. This guy was 11 years old. Like, you don't know where your audience is. And like, your audience might be growing, your audience might be matured, whatever. But it's the reason why I would say you've made it is because from how professional your content is, how people recognize you, because I shout you all the time and seeing people like, oh, Lindsay, I've seen her thing, and I was like, yeah, like she's amazing. But it's exactly what he was saying as well. Like, I think we always comment back to Gary Vee, but the biggest thing I think one huge impact for me on Gary Vee is what he said. Because on my YouTube videos, right, when I tried making YouTube, I only got like 400 or 500 views, and I was like, oh man, my videos are not hitting. No one cares about my video. But what he said, and like in my comments, this is where it really hit me. He said that think about that one person who watched your video. Out of that 500, one person, and you might have changed your life. And I had people in my comments, like the 10 people out of the 500 commented, and they're like, this really helped me through a breakup. This really did this. And those impact, and even I'm getting goosebumps now. Every impactful moment, and even as you're saying, somebody on Cameo wanted you to send a video. So there's this little impact that like you're creating impacts in micro levels that are causing macro.
Well, you don't think what you wear or what you do inspires other people to do the same thing?
Interesting.
No, I'm asking you. Like, I'm asking you. Do you think people when you wear like that shoes and that whatever
and your shirt,
or whatever it is, or whatever you're wearing, you don't think people are go, oh, it's such a good idea. I should match those things together. I'm sure they do because they see you as an inspiration.
Because
you are
saying those like.
But for anything, like you have so many businesses. You have so many like you're Lindsay Ivan, but you have so many different parts to you, which is really cool. I think you have like as a whole, like you're an amazing person who needs to get even more fame to you, more recognition, really.
I also forgot to introduce you improperly because I was supposed to say Lindsay Marie Ivan.
Oh my God, you're not saying my middle name.
Marie!
We honestly did a deep dive. We wanted to really get into it.
And what's your mother's maiden name and your social security number?
Please tell us. No one will know. We'll go, I guess, with the camera.
But, I mean, like we really appreciate you coming on, being our first person for season 2. This is honestly supposed to be season 1 because it was supposed to be interviewing, having food, experiencing, supporting local content creators, actors, everyone. And it's like I'm so happy that this happened and we're here. And
I'm honestly tired. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. I'm tired. She's just like, let's get going. I'm like, I'm literally like, I'm falling asleep. Not because you're boring. I'm so tired.
I had a busy day too, and I was tired. I came here. Now I'm like energized. Yeah. Maybe it's this.
it's all we have positive. Like we have very extroverted, positive energy here. So I love it. But I guess I'm gonna throw it back to you. Is there anything that you have to say, or you just plug yourself, or whatever? We're
I would say first of all, thank you guys for having me. And I don't know. You can check me out if you want to. You can just literally search Lindsay Ivan, and then like all my socials should.
Are you the only one?
Up. There is a famous artist named Ivan Lindsay, and then funny story, real quick. Sorry. Before, when you used to search my name, he would pop up, and his
it's a he. Sorry.
Yes.
I didn't even
Ivan Lindsay. So his little like bio for Google would pop up, but it would be my pictures. So it said his age was 45, and I had people messaging me being like, "You look so good for 45." So I mean, even if you Google, he's like a famous art dealer. But now when you type Lindsay Ivan, it's me that comes up instead of him. So I made it. Yeah, now I made it.
So you made it. There we go.
I made it. Yeah, sure.
Bravo. But thanks for coming on our podcast.
But thank you so much. If you guys haven't check out Lindsay Ivan.
And if you stayed all the way to the end, you're a real one.
I know.
This is probably going to be long. So
DJ Dave K, Foodie on the List is a given. The Edible Talk, we're completing the first episode, second season, but it feels like the first. And thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. This is seriously on all platforms. It's going to be on every podcast platform.
Love it.
YouTube. We're going to have clips. And
I'm excited. There's a lot in store for us this year. There's like...
For all of us.
In a year from now, come on again, and we'll see what happens. I'm being serious.
No,
I'm being serious.
Interviews. Let's do it.
No, legit.
Every year, once a year.
Every year.
But we can only have like 365. We have to have like the same people every year.
Yeah.
Okay, next year. Oh wait, did you pass away?
Oh no!
Knock on wood.
Oh god, that's awesome. I really appreciate the time you took today with us. Thank you
for
so
having
much.
me. And thanks for the food and the snacks.
Anytime. That's the point. Mixing and matching.
Woo!
Woo!